Hello, guys. Let me tell you something. I see patterns, and I see them everywhere, especially with my clients and people I work with. And a pattern that I see a lot, especially in entrepreneurs, is the pattern of you know the hero's journey pattern. And today I will tell you three reasons why you should let go of it. Okay, so let's start. What is the hero's journey? So you must have seen it a lot in many different films, like the Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter, all the Marvel films. All of them have this hero's journey sort of structure or pattern. So, and what is that? So, number one, a normal person lives a normal life and they are invited on a journey because somehow, for some reason, they are the hero that can change something very important or fight a common enemy or something like that. And then they refuse that call, and then they somehow are convinced about going on that adventure, or they are pushed into it, or they don't have a way to say no, and then they go on the journey. And during this journey, they sort of they change themselves. It's a journey of self-discovery, transformation, and they go through a lot of hardships and all the stuff. So essentially they go through all of it, and then they come back victorious, and they killed the enemy, or they did something very good, and they return home victorious. That's essentially the hero's journey. So now, the number one reason why you should let go of this pattern, because patterns are essentially when we do something that we're not really aware of. So because we see so much, even in entrepreneurs or in films, all this journey that people go through, we think that because we are entrepreneurs, we need to go through all of that as well. So we are relevant. So the first reason why you should let go of it is to stop suffering. Simply as that. So last week I was reading a very interesting article about the psychological price of entrepreneurship, and that everything that it's not very new, this article, but everything they said is so it resonates with most entrepreneurs. It's like all the hardship, all the struggle to make something happen, and the price of it a lot of times was illnesses and like suicidal action or suicide. Yeah, that's a word. So a lot of times, if we go through this hero's journey, there's a lot of suffering. And this suffering sometimes can be unbearable. So this is the first reason why you should let go of it, so you don't suffer. Because we think that we have to go through this journey, we tend to refuse some calls, or we tend to avoid some things that, or be attached to some sort of an image or some sort of ideal of of what an entrepreneur should be, and we suffer. Like a lot of what I notice now is that people are kind of tired of heroes, especially heroes films. Like, we want something more subtle. We want something more calm and nice. Like, and the whole suffering thing, it's unbearable for our body, and it strains a lot of our emotions. So this is definitely the first reason why you should let go of it. Okay, so second reason is because the opposite of suffering because of entrepreneurship is because I really, really believe entrepreneurship should be easy. And there are hundreds of, examples of people just going through this journey without the struggle, without the hardships. And one very sort of famous uh, examples of it was with Madam C.J. Walker. Netflix made a TV show about her life, and her life was definitely a hero's journey. Definitely a lot of hardship, a lot of struggle, and she even died very, very early. I think she wasn't even 60. I think she was 50 something. But yeah, she was a self-made millionaire. She was black, a woman at that time, and she managed to build such a fortune that she lived next to Rockefeller at that time. But her life was really, really filled with struggle. And in the show, they say a lot of things that are not actually true. Like when they mention the Eddie, I think it's Eddie Morrow. I forgot the name now. But they create this Eddie Morrow as the enemy, and she goes through a lot of hardships as well. And in the end, she's losing clients and all this stuff. But that's not actually true. This woman, she was actually real, but she had a great life. She built a good fortune for herself as well. She had kids, she had a relationship, and she died pretty late as well. I think she was 80 or 90. I don't know how old, but she had a long life, a long and good life. But the thing is, a solid, a life without many events doesn't sell. But if you think, is it really worth it to go through all this hero's journey just to have a series made of, about your life after you die? I don't know. I just think it's way too tiring. We don't need to go through all of that. So it's possible. I 100% believe, and I believe because I've seen it, some people going through the entrepreneurship journey and having it easy. And I even have a client who was like, I feel guilty that my journey was too easy. People don't connect with me. And I was like, let go of it. Let go of it. You can connect to people through other ways. You don't have to connect them through suffering of the hero's journey. So this is the second reason why you should let go of it. And the third reason why you should let go of the hero's journey is because, entrepreneurship is an adventure. Whether we want it or not, it is an adventure. But it can be a good adventure. It doesn't need to be a punishment. And when you think of the hero's journey, the bigger is the enemy that you have to fight and, you have to beat at the end, the bigger of a hero people think you are. But that is so tiring. That's so tiring. And we don't need enemies, we need to go on this adventure with a newbie's, what they call newbie's eyes. Like when you are a newbie, you should, at least when you're a child, you are, curious about everything. And everything is an adventure, everything is fun. But when we become entrepreneurs, we tend to connect too much to responsibilities, to the fear of things going wrong, and we don't enjoy the process. So even sometimes when we are successful, at least, I don't know, financially successful, if you don't enjoy the journey, the end or one result is lasts for minutes, or sometimes you celebrate for a couple of minutes or hours, or it's just a toast. Oh yes, I achieved that. And then what do you have left? A lot of stress, a lot of illnesses, and broken relationships. Guys, this journey, it's an amazing journey that we should go through with curiosity and openness. And all the suffering that I mentioned, that's the first thing you should let go of, is what, is attachment. Usually, yeah, it's like we're going through a journey and we're going to be transformed, we're going to end up different. So why not going through this journey with an open mind? Yeah, I'll be transformed. The person I was 10 years ago is I'm definitely not that person anymore, and that's okay. I'm curious about what's about to come, and that's what also helps to really let go of this hero's journey, is that it's amazing to be different, it's amazing to grow, because that's the deepest desire of our soul, is to grow and to serve, right? And the serving bit, we're very connected to it. And through the serving, through entrepreneurship, through our businesses, we grow. And that's what we should be looking at. And that's what really gonna bring us joy and happiness. And if you let go of this hero's journey, that's what you can achieve. And maybe your life's not going to be, maybe someone's not going to make a film or TV series about your life, but at least you lived the best life you could, and you had your business and you served and you were happy. That's what we're looking for here, right? So those are the 3 reasons why you should let go of the hero's journey. So do you want to let go of it? If you want, it can be done for you. And I'll just visualize that this pattern is gonna go away from you, and you can go on, just an adventure with an open mind and a curiosity sort of mindset. Okay. So thank you so much for watching. If you think this content helped you somehow, just help me to reach more people like you by leaving a like or sharing with your friends. Okay. So thanks again, and see you soon.